The reason you're a loser is because you're too tethered to your emotions. Until you screwed your feelings and worked on your goals, you probably die a loser. You keep letting your emotions dictate your thoughts, your actions, and then wonder why you don't improve in life. Each year is the same problem. The deadliest of these emotions is a triad of fear. Fear of failure, unknown, and what people think. Let's not forget procrastination and low self-esteem. Do you think the successful of all women are smarter than you? No. They have fears like you, but they act despite of the fear, despite of the feelings. Madam C.J. Walker thinks she cared about racism when she became the first female millionaire in America. Wealthiest woman in Nigeria thinks she cared about sexism. Mel Robbins, attorney turned self-help entrepreneur, do you think she cared about what you thought about her entering the space? They don't give a crap about what you think or their emotions. Stop letting feelings stop you from doing things that will improve your life. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you today. I'm Dr. Princess, PharmD. Get a hold of your feelings or die a loser. Let's begin with the triad of the fears. Fear of failure, judgment, and the unknown. You're afraid to move forward because you're scared of failing. But how are you going to win if you never tried? Moreover, wouldn't it be a shame that after all the gifts God has given you, the intellect, the beauty, the opportunities, living in America, born in this world with the help of ChatGPT and AI to do whatever possible, that you still died a loser, that you still died with your dreams inside of you? How do you begin to not let fear stop you from doing what you're supposed to do? By having faith in God, not by your sight. The Bible says, have faith in me, not in man. Begin to take the action with the hope that everything would work out. Do your research. Scared of a challenge or obstacle, do a research. Use the AI to find ways to mitigate those potential obstacles and move forward. Many of you still wouldn't do that because you're scared of judgment, of what everybody thinks instead of what's important to you. You worry about what your mother thinks, your neighbors think, blah, blah, blah things. But most importantly, you think you're above the actions. That your beauty, your intellect, your education, your age makes the things necessary to do beneath you. If there are doctors and attorneys doing TikTok dances on social media to gain clients, you too are not above what is necessary to win. Do you have to go back to school? Do you have to ask help? Do you have to fail miserably? Do you have to look stupid? Do it. Because nothing is worse than waking up 80 years from now, if you're lucky, and you still have your music playing in you at your deathbed. According to a Harvard study, prospective study that followed people all their lives. The biggest regrets of people in their deathbed is fear of not doing what they wanted to do because they were worried about what others thought. It is time you understood that this is a solo game and that death is an equalizer and no one is leaving and getting out of this alive. So you might as well leave at your own terms of success. You might as well die successful, that you tried everything and did everything you wanted to do. How do you begin to put that away in your mind? Like I told you, don't care about what people think. Go for the win first. Never mind what they say. They'll always come around. And if they don't, at least you're rich. And the unknown. You're afraid to move forward because you haven't seen the whole picture. God and Abraham hasn't come down to tell you that there won't be any pains or worries or tribulations and no one's gonna hurt you in the journey. Honey, wake up. We live in a world, not Disneyland. There will be trials, there will be tribulations, there will be betrayals, but that's the game of life. Moreover, no one ever won without any scars in them. You just have to take the first step, break the action down into bite-sized pieces and get to work. Trust that if I do my part, God's gonna cover me. And moreover, anyone who's ever won, Bezos, Rihanna, Madam C.J. Walker, everybody who's won put in the work and they didn't know what the outcome was gonna be. They just trusted. You too have to do the same. Let's move on to feeling number 2, procrastination. You keep procrastinating. I'm gonna do it today, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And then a year passes, 10 years pass by, and it's still the same thing every year. When are you gonna get tired of that? Aren't you too tired of being in the same position every year? Aren't you tired of making New Year resolutions? Aren't you ashamed of yourself that at your age, you still haven't developed self-control, principles in place so that you can finally try and stay consistent? Aren't you ashamed? I'm not on the notion to beat people up without giving them solution. The only way to build consistency to avoid procrastination is by having a routine. Oh my God, how many times have I said this? How many times? Every single video I tell you guys, routines are everything. It's what gives structure to your day and your life. 6:30 to 8 a.m. every morning. I work on this channel. I don't leave it to chances. If something is important to you, make it a priority. And if you really can't stick to the routines of the day, of doing the work, get an accountability buddy. Tax yourself. Picture yourself when you're old and gray, or when you're 80 and still doing a paycheck job or still pinching checks. Use something grim to motivate you. There's been a lot of people in my life, family members, or just observations in general, who can't stop working late into their 80s because they never made plans to not work. They procrastinated well through their 30s, 40s, 50s. Oh, I'm still young. No. And you can't even count on your job, your civil servant job, your company job, whatever, because anything can change. It's good to have multiple streams of income because you just never know. Have you seen the world lately? Let's move on to self-esteem, which is the biggest op to you becoming successful as an ambitious woman. If you have no self-esteem, chances are you're going to die a loser because you always rise to the level of your self-worth. Without it, you will squander opportunities because it goes against you and what you believe in yourself by working hard and succeeding, or you sabotage yourself unintentionally. Do you know how many times I have sabotaged myself because of lack of self-esteem? For many years, I took insults from people, demanded less, took rubbish, never spoke up because I thought, oh, I'm being nice. No, I was being weak. I was broke, even as a doctor. I was sick from autoimmune disease because I put other people's expectations and their feelings on me over what I felt. That's probably what's going on with you. You wonder, why am I not winning? Why things are not changing? Because you don't believe you're worth it. You've let the words, the voices in your head of being a woman, of being black, of being this and that, get louder than the voices in your own mind. I was there. And it's a daily work to not let that voice outside supersede what's in the inside. What do? You need to surround yourself by people who love you. People who are going places like you. If there are losers in your life, cut them out. You need therapy. If you can't afford therapy, or if you're not ready for therapy, book one-on-one sessions with me. I've been there. I can help you. It's important you work on believing in yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to win. 3 years ago, when I made the decision to quit being a people pleaser, oh my God, did I know what journey I was going to go on? June 30th of this month makes it 3 years exactly that I started therapy. I went to my therapist and I wanted to be more confident and speak up when people were mean or rude to me. And he said you need to build routines. I'm like, how does wanting to have routines coincide with confidence? He's like, you need routines because as you build routines, you begin to see progress in whatever it is you're doing. And your confidence rises because you're being competent in that. And the basis of fortifying your confidence is by having multiple things that you're great at. So if one thing happens to one, you still have 5 others. Cut out toxic people. Cut out family members who are toxic. Cut out the negative self-talk. Get out of your bed. Shut that voice up. Remember your wins. And whatever you do, protect your self-esteem. Because the determinant factor of who you become, who you marry, how much you make, what you accept as acceptable or not acceptable from the people around you, from the world around you. You are beautiful, you're intelligent, you're special, you're God's child, you're meant to succeed. So get your fears in check. Get your procrastination shut down with routines and build your self-esteem up because no one's gonna do it for you. I'm Dr. Princess, PharmD. I'll see you next time.